Why does it switch back? Why did it switch back? Why does it do this? I don't understand. I changed like my stream stop before, and I like save it, but then it switches back to this. I don't understand. I think it's because this is locked in with like, okay, this is something to do with Restream. Like, I have my Restream connected to my OBS, but like there's a dock that I can use to like update my stuff in OBS for Restream, but it's just like not there anymore. Maybe it's because I haven't updated my OBS and I need to do that. That could be it. Okay. The problem is that even if I change like the stream title like partway through, even in wait, hold on. Even in like the playbacks and stuff like that, or like the save VOD, it's gonna have the wrong name still, which is really annoying. Anyways, hello, my name is 10K Hours, putting the time so my art is no longer a crime, and getting back on this instead of Monster Hunter, which is what I've been doing for the last few days. I got to the point where I was like, this isn't interesting to watch with Monster Hunter. I think okay. When I was checking out Gore, which I'm pretty sure was Friday, Gore Magala, that was actually like interesting-ish. But everything after that is just me running around and fishing right now, so we don't need to be doing that. Alright, I gotta get, first things first, I gotta get rid of all this green. Wait a second. Something's kind of messing with my brain here. I'm gonna turn off this green real quick. Okay, I thought that was gray because the screen was messing with my eyes. See, when I put the green back in, this yellow color looks almost gray to me. That's crazy. But this yellow color doesn't, but it's because it's surrounded by like that line art. All right. Well, hey, by the way, I should do a little bit of intro. Hello, my name is 10K Hours, putting the time so my art is no longer a crime. Today we are back at it like a good habit. Yeah, just gonna be, I'm gonna spend some time at the beginning getting rid of all this green because I desperately need to. And then we're going to go back to the shading. I'm gonna go up here. Because I'm just gonna, if I see something, I'm gonna hit it. Ah, no. Alright. If I see something, I'm gonna hit it. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna get done with it. We're gonna move on with our lives. Oh, there's a bunch of like green around the edges there that I need to get. Oh boy, that's gonna be so much fun. I really wanted to do this off stream, but then I was playing Monster Hunter, and then I was like, I want to do that stuff off stream. And I was like, it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. This is one of those things where I'm gonna do this a bunch. I think I get it all. and then something's gonna pop back up, and I'm gonna notice it and be like, oh my god. Also, I have no idea if the sound is bad or not right now. Because right now I got my dryer going. Thank God I don't have my washer going too. I got my dryer going, and I have my neighbor's baby is crying upstairs. One I don't really have control over. The other one I do because it was a laundry weekend. Although I will say, I got new underwear for Christmas. So I have some more nice pairs to wear. I used to know that it was time to do laundry when I was down to just my bad pairs of underwear. That was like the, oh, we need to do some laundry. That is not the case anymore. It is not the case anymore. Let me tell you what. Is now I actually have good underwear to spare. So it'll go like a few weeks. Because I mean, it's just me. I don't go through laundry that fast. And I don't re-wear stuff too. I just have a bunch of stuff that I've just kept. It's because I only ever get stuff for like Christmases and holidays and whatnot. I never shop for my own clothes. I always just have my family get them for me for birthdays and whatnot, and then I spend my money getting what I want. Which is the way to do it. Then you have your family buy the stuff that you don't want. Like they should. No. It's a terrible way to think about it. Okay. But yeah. So I just have a bunch of clothes. And it's further exacerbated by the fact that I have a system, alright? I wear a pair of jeans 2 days in a row because you can. Unless they get really dirty or something, and it's just one day. But like 2 days of wearing jeans is fine. Only wear shirts 1 day in a row. And then when it comes to pajamas, I just wear basketball shorts. Or like gym shorts to bed. Like some really old ratty ones too. And those I can also wear 2 days. Shirts I only ever wear once. Even like the shirts that I wear to bed, because I just get super sweaty at night. So I wake up and it's just like drenched in sweat. So I'm like, I'm just gonna only wear this once. Wearing them more than once just feels gross. But over the years, I've acquired so much without throwing anything away because I just don't need to. So now I just have a huge backlog of clothes. And I finally remembered what color I wanted to make these fingernails, so I'm going to do that real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna put this on. There we go. Oh, now I can see. Some green right there. Hold up. That's the skin color layer. There we go. Slowly getting rid of this green. Oh, and there's a bunch of... I just need to be getting this inner hair color whenever I see it. Because I'm never going to remember all the places. But there's a bunch of green around here that we got to get rid of. There we go. Oh, so much green. I remember to do this. It really does make things look better. Like a lot better. And you wouldn't really recognize it without having that extremely annoying color there. Okay, hold on. That's back on ribbons, etc. This is color right here. Yeah, right there. Perfect. Is there more greening to get around here? Yeah, there is. And this inner hair. It takes up a lot of space, so it's going to be a lot of fixing that needs to be done. Got a little bit too. Some of that might be on the skin color side. But I've been pretty good. I know I said I was going to stream yesterday. But I don't think it would have been a good idea for me to do that, especially if I streamed Monster Hunter, because I was crashing out yesterday. Oh my god, I was just in a bad mood. Sometimes I wish I could be the kind of person that was like a workaholic and could work 24/7 and get stuff done. But I'm not. If I do not take days to actually rest, I just become like an extremely grumpy, unlikable person. I found this out the hard way. When I first started teaching after I graduated from college and I got my first teaching job, because I was getting paid shit, so I was working 2 jobs. And I was teaching during the week, and then Saturday and Sunday, I would have to get up even earlier to go work at a Panera, which was my part-time job while I was waiting for my teaching job to start up. And I did that for a few months. And I remember getting to the point where I was just like, I was working 7 days a week for months. And I was like, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. I need to do this for the money. It's totally worth it and whatnot. Because I was getting paid like $32K a year. Which is, if you don't know, just above the poverty line. This is with a 4-year degree. So, hug your teacher friends, because they're getting paid like shit. I won't say what state this was in, but they were one of the worst in the nation. For teacher pay. Heck, they even went on strike soon after I left. It was that bad. But I thought I could do that for a while, and I just could not. I'm the kind of person that has to rest or I implode. There's always a part of me that wants to be doing more, but then I have literally no energy. I just spend all day vegging out. Especially now that I really want to be chasing this stuff more. And like, actually doing more and streaming more and building community and all of that. I mean, the chief time to do that is going to be the weekend, because that's when I'm not working. But it's also when I have the least energy. I really think I need to start drinking coffee or putting like caffeine in my body. Because I'm pretty sure I have just low blood pressure in general. And especially since I've actually started drinking some coffee at work every now and then. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh my god, I have energy and I'm getting stuff done. But I've gone my whole life without getting addicted to caffeine, and I don't want to start. But at the same time, it feels nice to be able to do things, you know? It feels good. It feels real good. I don't know. I'm about ready to give in. Coffee's always looking better and better, and I'm craving it more. I don't want to start doing energy drinks. That sounds terrible. Or maybe I'll do tea. Get back into that. Something a little bit lower dose. We'll see. The problem is it doesn't feel like one of those things that's just like, oh, we can just like check it out and see. Because once you start down that path, it's so difficult to get off. And then I see people like my brother-in-law who he is just utterly crashing at the end of the day. And has to have like coffee at certain times of the day where he starts having like headaches and whatnot. It has to have like so much caffeine just to like function, and I'm like, oh, that looks awful. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be like that, I say as I'm trying to be. But it would be very helpful. I'm sure there are things you can do, like working out, and that's always good for your energy levels. I'm starting to do that. But then at the same time, I'm too tired to work out. I have no energy. If it's not one thing, it's another. It always is. That reminds me. I need to watch. And I'll tell you what, I was just thinking, I need to watch. Ume is back, and she's streaming again. Probably because I think she's going to graduate soon, and she wants to just not stream for a while and then come back, and all of a sudden she's like, hey, I'm graduating and I'm leaving. I don't think she wants to do that, because no one would want to do that. So she's actually back a bit after FES. Who knows, I could be wrong, but I don't know. I feel like the writing's on the wall there, but I don't blame her. She's been there for a while, and she's having some health issues, so I understand. Wish I could have gotten to see her more. Same thing with, well, okay. If she does graduate, I really wish that I got to see her more. Same thing with Amelia. I didn't get to see her all that much, really, before she graduated. I think the biggest thing I saw her in was like in a 4th of July karaoke. Heck, there were times that I even forgot that she was in Hollow Line. So, I didn't really have a connection with her when she left. I watched her stream, obviously, her like sort of graduation stream, but I don't know. I didn't really watch her. I didn't really know her that well, so it didn't hit me like it was hitting everybody else, and that's to be expected. I never really got a chance to before she left. Ah! I don't know what I hit, but I was not expecting it. That's alright. I follow her every now and then as Doobie, but honestly, there's so many people I watch already. It feels like I'm picking up somebody new. And that's hard enough as it is. Like, what is it? Especially since I'm starting to watch more Phase Connect stuff. I can do that for all these bees. Let's hit the Wingarn. Wingardium Leviosa. Okay, no. Wingardium. I tell you what, around Fest, I felt like there was like nobody to watch. Because people were either out sick, or they were at Fest, or whatnot. Now everyone's starting to come back, and I'm like, that's too much again. Because Mint was gone, because she was in Japan too. And then everyone was either preparing for Fest, or streaming, or was either preparing for Fest, or doing other things, so they weren't really there. And most people I watch are on YouTube these days. And then Nemi was gone because all the stuff that happened with Baby Bean / Snail. Yeah. I think she's coming back slowly. She streamed the other day, which is good. And I watched that. And everyone streams at 5 o'clock too, which is super annoying. Not gonna lie. Can we pick another time, please? I realize that's prime time. But can there be another prime time? Por favor. Yeah, but everyone's coming back, and now I got a bunch of streams to catch up on. Although, I suppose there could be worse issues. I gotta pick and choose now. They just don't have time. Yeah. And there was still people that were streaming on Twitch, but with like things getting expensive, I had to like cut back on a lot of like subscriptions and stuff on them, and one of them was my Twitch Premium or whatever it is, the one that's like $12 a month that makes it so that you don't get ads on any channel. I turned that off because I wasn't really using it, and then all of a sudden I was like, well, hey, this is a good time for me to like watch Zen and people like that again, and like Neuro. But then I just kept getting ads after ads after ads, and I'm like, this sucks. And I didn't want to come back Because I have been watching Twitch ad-free for so long, I've forgotten what it was like. I realize why people don't like it. But it's so convenient for streaming, though. It, like, really is really convenient for streaming. It's a good place to start. It also has way better functionalities and modding and whatnot. It's a platform that's built for streaming. But the ads and everything like that are super annoying. But that's alright. I literally don't know what they would do differently, I'm going to be honest. They gotta make money, or else it goes away. So, if you want to be able to enjoy it as a platform, you're going to put up with stuff like that. And Twitch has never been profitable. But there's a difference between operating at a kind of a loss and operating as like a complete loss, you know? Those are two very, very different things. And Amazon does not need Twitch to be a loss leader. Like the hot dogs at Costco. People are like, oh, they're $1.50 hot dogs. They get people in the door. They'll never change the price on them. And then people come for the $1.50 hot dogs, and then they buy other stuff, which does make them money. So we're going to lose a little bit of money on the hot dogs so that we can, I don't know, we're going to lose like $1 million on the hot dogs every year so that we can make $10 million on everything else. Like, that's just business, baby. That's just business. Hold on, I need to do something real quick. Wait, actually, hold on. I haven't listened to my stream. I need to make sure the sound's doing good. Hello, testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing. Hold on, I gotta wait. Testing 1 2 3. Testing. 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 Hello, testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. My sound is so horrible. I hate my sound. As someone who really enjoys like good sound in streams, I really don't like my sound, but I literally have no idea how to make it better or where to even start. I'm sure that, especially because I feel like starting with something like that requires getting equipment, something other than just plug and play mic that I have. It didn't even require drivers. So, you know, it is what it is. If ever I get to the point where I have some disposable income, and I'm like, I want to put something back into like my streaming. That's the first thing I want to fix. The sound. Because I know that's off-putting for me, personally. Like bad sound in a stream. And I know it's off-putting for other people as well. Who knows? Maybe there's cheap stuff that I can do for that. I just gotta look it up. It probably is. bet you if I just looked up cheap ways to fix your sound and stay when streaming, probably the number one thing is going to be to not stream in a room with a ton of echo. And like, I'm sure there are ways to set up like noise gates. There's tons of stuff that you can do in OBS that would work. I just have no idea what they are or where to start. There's gotta be a tutorial somewhere. There's gotta be. Maybe I will look into that. Because little stuff like that always helps. Alright, that's 2 Bs down, I think. Wait, no, I got this guy. What layer is he on? Oh, he's on this layer too. This guy's got to get fixed in post-production for sure. What that means, I don't know. Alright, there we go. That's 2 Bs. I've done these 2. Only have 5 more. Yay! Let's hit the outside. Let's see. What else has been going on? Oh, I just got back from my little sister's birthday party. It was not really that exciting, but we're kind of at the age where birthday parties are just us all meeting at my parents' house for Sunday dinner, which is what we probably would have done anyways. Except for the meal is my sister's choosing, really. That's about it. We had a very fun conversation about autism. That was great. And no, it wasn't about vaccines or anything like that. Thankfully, none of my family are anti-vaxxers. Thankfully. I do understand people being scared, but you gotta pick and choose what to be scared about and why you're scared about it. Especially if your children are involved. It's always gonna make people act a bit crazier. Because it's the kids, you know? But at the same time, you can't go full Delulu. Let's see. did that. I feel like it's all I did this week. This week I hung out with some friends a little bit, kinda on Monday and on Wednesday. And I just played Monster Hunter. Streamed a couple times. Oh yeah. I saw something I might check out later. I'm gonna be intentionally vague about it. This cookie looks so naked. There's just something about this color that, and the fact that I didn't put a whole lot of detail into it, that just makes it look so naked. Ugh. Although, to be fair, that's like her fan mascot. Like, that cookie tin and that cookie. Like, her fans are the butter cookies. Because there's always sewing stuff in those tins. I'm kind of hungry. I just got back from eating dinner, though. But I need to not eat anything. I've been eating like absolute crap and eating way too much for too long. So I decided, well, the least I can do is not eat anything after dinner. Just have like, what is that called? Like intermittent fasting or whatnot. Just let my body digest all of this stuff instead of constantly putting more in there. I will say, I've already noticed. I definitely had a dad bod going on. I've noticed it going down a little, so that's nice. Just with that little bits. And the little bits of working out I'm getting back into. Ah, I did it again. The funniest thing, I know what I'm doing is I'm hitting the scroll wheel at the bottom, but it keeps going like right to the face. Like perfectly center. And it's super funny. So all of a sudden it'll just be like, bam, sad bee. Oh yeah, Sheena's like fan mascot are the butter cookies. And they're all in the cookie tin because she has like a celestial like seamstress motif. That's like her lore and whatnot. However, things that are not at all related to her lore have become like her actual mascots, like the sad bee plushie, and the fact that she really likes crabs, like the animal crabs. Those have become way more of her. That's kind of what she's known for, way more than anything else. I think she made a couple shorts back in the day too that did pretty well. I don't know if she does that anymore. Shorts is one of those things where I see a bunch of creators making them, but unless that's like your main focus, then you'll see a lot of growth, but it doesn't really translate into anything. Because they'll get subscribers for that, but then those subscribers are only there for their shorts. They're not really going to like show up to your streams and whatnot, or donate, which is what you really want them to do. Some might, but it's depressingly few. It might be good in the beginning, just to kind of pad your numbers a bit, because then YouTube's going to be more likely to push you. But that's about it. Because you're really looking more to build a consistent fan base. That's slow growth. Because that's where it seems the sweet spot is. Problem is, it could take forever. I've been doing this for like, what, over 2 years? Don't even have 50 followers. And so I think I'm up to 36. Yay! Had someone pop in the other day. We talked for a bit. Carol Rudolph, I think her name was. She seemed nice. She popped in when I was playing Monster Hunter, which usually whenever I'm doing Monster Hunter, I don't get anybody. I feel like whenever I'm doing a game, I don't get anybody. Except for, well, that's not true. Bird showed up when I was playing Batman. I'm thinking about playing the next game in that, but I'm on a Monster Hunter thing right now. Honestly, I really just want to finish this more than anything. I think I'm just going to put all my stream time into that. Because, actually, I really want to learn Live 2D. It's one of those things that keeps like, oh, I have like a bunch of like ideas of stuff that I could do for it. And I keep thinking of fun stuff, but I don't know how to do any of it, obviously. So I think it's gonna be my next thing. Finish this up, and then maybe animate it a bit with Live 2D and learning how to do that. The problem is gonna be finding like. Apparently, there's not a. There is good. Like ways to learn it out there, but you gotta kind of dig for it. So we'll be doing that. I'll be doing the digging off stream though. Loading some stuff on stream. I gotta get the program though. I had it at one point. Because I was thinking about learning it forever ago. Or I had it for some reason, I don't remember what. I do remember what. I had an idea, and I was like, well, there's only one way to do this idea, and it's if I make it myself, because I don't have it. I'm not too cheap. I just don't have the money to pay somebody to do this. And then I saw someone, I think it was Mono or Colin, recommend like, hey, listen, you don't have to do everything. Like, don't feel like you have to do everything. And I was like, I feel like that's what I was kind of doing. So I kind of just backed off for it for a bit. But more and more I have ideas for stuff. And it's just going to be easier for me at the end of the day if I can to actually just do it myself. Like, for real, for real. Because that's really how I want to grow my channel. Because I'm terrible at... marketing myself. I just kind of want to do my own thing. Like, I see some people going out and being like, oh, hey, nice to meet you. I'm so-and-so, blah, 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 blah. And like being like, hey, you should follow me and whatnot. I'm like, all right, cool. And like they're going out there and hustling. And I'm like, I kind of respect that, honestly. But at the same time, that just doesn't feel like me. But if there's one way that I do want to grow my channel, it'd be like, hey, cool, look, I made you this cool thing. You can just gotta have it. That I feel is a little bit more my style, personally. Ah. My jaw is killing me. My jaw is killing me. Weather's changing again. Did you see all those tornadoes that happened down south? Holy cow. Excuse me, and apparently this is supposed to be like the worst tornado season in 100 years? Jeez. For the people who don't live in Tornado Alley, this might not mean much to you, but for people who do, brace yourselves. Maybe move out of that mobile home. If you don't know, there is a... I don't know, what is it? It's like astigmatism? No, it's like a joke or a stereotype that tornadoes always hit tornado homes. Tornadoes always hit tornado homes. They always hit mobile homes for some reason. I don't know why. Man, I used to look down on those. Be like, oh, I can do better than that someday. Bro, I take one right now. So real. I would absolutely take one right now. Just having my own space. It's not an apartment. And I don't have to worry about... Oh, that's why this guy's moving too fast. That's why he doesn't have tears. And I don't have to worry about, like, being super quiet for my neighbors upstairs or whatnot. I got really mad the other day. And I think it was something work-related. Oh, I remember what it was. It was like literally 30 seconds before I could get off. And a guy contacted in like, I help support a guy contact with like this inane issue that was so stupid. And I was so mad. I was like, bro! It was over chat, so he couldn't hear me because I was just typing back and forth. But I was sitting here at my desk over here where I do my work. I was like, I was so mad. I was literally yelling. I was like, bro! You had to call me with this really stupid issue that there's no solution for. 30 seconds before I could get off. And then I heard like my neighbors like shifting around upstairs. And then I heard the baby crying. And I was like, oh shit, I just woke up the baby because I was being too loud. I feel bad about that kind of stuff. So it'd be nice to just... Although at the same time, I shouldn't be yelling like that. I don't let it get to me too much. I think it's because I just don't want to be doing that anymore. It's a good job, though. Well, it was a good job. Things can get more expensive. Then I can't pay my bills with that. Well, whatever. I can't pay my bills. It's just not much else after that. I'm trying to get to a point where I'm not paying my rent late every month. Because it kind of hit me in January, like after Christmas and whatnot. I was like, uh-oh. After everything, I have to pay my January rent late, or I'm not going to be able to eat for 2 weeks. So I did it once, but then, uh-oh. Turns out paying your rent, one on each paycheck, is not great. Well, 2 paychecks in a row is not great. And the amount of times that I relied on what was left over from my... I get paid twice a month from my, like, mid-month paycheck was really helpful for my beginning of the month or end of the month paycheck. Because that allowed me to, like, keep going. And I had a little bit of a system there, and now the system is broken. It's not too bad. My rental companies, they don't seem to care. They're just like, just pay the late fee. I'm like, all right, cool. It's been like 3 months now. I think I might finally, as long as nothing gets too crazy, I'm gonna live really frugally for like these next 2 weeks. And I was doing like DoorDash and things like that. If I'm gonna be so real, I had a choice between doing DoorDash and streaming and whatnot. I would much rather be doing this. I'd much rather put my time and energy into this and be a little, just a little more frugal with how I spend my money and try to save up some more and get back out of this. Cycle that I got myself in. Than anything else. So I can just break this cycle for 1 month. And that's it, we're good. Although, apparently eggs and gas are supposed to be coming down here soon, which is going to be nice. Just according to my dad. He actually follows that stuff. As opposed to me, basically. Ever seen that one meme of that guy who's like... he's like, he gets a text, he's like, babe, like I'm hearing bad stuff's going on with the stock market. Are we gonna be okay? And he texts back, he's like, yeah, baby, don't worry about that. I got you covered. And the next text is like, oh, okay. Yay! That's basically me and my dad when it comes to the stock market. I'm just like, hey, how's it going, Dad? It's going great. Okay, it's going bad. It's like, these are getting better. Okay. Wait, no, I'm on the orange. Shoot. Hopefully that won't come back to bite me in the butt. We'll see. Also, one thing I'm not looking forward to is cutting all this. If I do decide to, well, once I do get around to. My brain is dying. Once I do get around to actually, like, animating this piece a little bit. I'm not going to go straight to this piece. Although I think I know how I want to do it. So, if you don't know, for when it comes to Live 2D, everything has to be kind of, rather than like stuff like the line art and like different colors being on different layers and whatnot, and like the shading on a different layer. No, it's like every like little thing that needs to move is like on its own layer. Like this one leg with like the line art, the coloring, and everything is on one layer. But it's just like that one section is all by itself. And then like the mouth is on one layer, this eye is on one layer, this eye is on a layer by itself. This tier are all in layers by themselves. Like each individual like component is on its own layer. Fully rendered with art and everything. So fully rendered with color and everything. So what I think I'm going to have to do is, after I'm done with this, I'm going to have to copy every single layer. And actually probably what I'm going to do is, to make things easier, I'm just going to make a copy of this. And then I'm going to put everything on one layer and then just cut out all the pieces that I want, copy them, put them on a different layer, and then like just very slowly do that. Like just very slowly do that. And like cut everything out, put it on its own layer so that everything is kind of separated out, which is going to be kind of a pain. But it's what you got to do, baby. What you got to do. I need to fix up some of the line art on these dang bugs too. Look at this stuff that's all over the place. It looks terrible. Looks fine far away, but I keep zooming in because I got to. I kept telling myself I was going to do this off stream. I'm kind of glad I did it on stream. It's kind of zen. Alright, let's hit the orange. Grab the wrong color. There we go. Oh yeah. When did I start working on a little bit these last couple of weeks? One thing I've also started doing is paying less attention to all the drama that goes on. I gotta say, like, VTuber, YouTuber drama has been like my guiltiest of pleasure ever since all that stuff with Solen last year. Because that was big. But anymore, it's just so vitriolic and dumb. I think it pushed me over the edge was, oh gosh, all that stuff with like Hassan, Ethan Klein, Asmongold, and all this like politicalness. I don't know. I was watching Sungrand Studios. Very cool guy who makes a lot of videos about like character creation and stuff in video games. He kind of blew up a little bit around Concord and all that business because he actually like makes video games and designs characters for them. And he made a video like going over like the Concord characters and like explaining like exactly from like a technical perspective like why they weren't working. Because that's what he has a background in. Like he teaches that stuff, he does it. It's his everyday job is to make video games and to make characters for video games, and especially like design them and things like that. So he like broke it all down and was like really struggling with some of them being like, what is going on here? I don't understand any of this. Like, you're breaking so many rules that people are used to. And I've been following him off and on since then. And I think he had a video. It was actually about all this business that's going on. Where he's just like, hey, it's going to be me, entitled like me reacting to all like the current YouTuber drama. And it was bringing up all these videos, and he just started bringing up like one after another, and was just playing them all at the same time without saying anything. And then he just closed them all, and then the rest of the video was him like going outside and doing things and crossing off like things off his to-do list that were like way better to do with his time. And I was like, damn. Ooh, that hit me right in the feels. Didn't say. I don't think he said an entire word. I don't think he said a word the entire video, except maybe at the very end, like normal outro stuff. But it was a very good video, and I finally subbed to him at that because of that. It takes me forever to sub to his channels. Super tsundere with them. I'm just like, oh, I watch you and I watch everything you put out, but I'm not gonna like subscribe to you just yet. You gotta earn that. Don't know why I do that. I just always do. The same thing with music and whatnot. I'll watch a whole bunch of clips of a person and basically become one of their fans before I even think about subscribing to their YouTube channels. Or their Twitch channels for that matter. Or I do that with music too, honestly. What is it? Thinking back to like pretty much any music, like even like way back in the day with like, I remember with Mumford & Sons, which is now like pretty much an ancient band at this point. I remember I listened to like all of their music. What's going on? Why can't I move? What's going on? Okay. I listened to like all of their music on YouTube and whatnot, like on repeat. I had listened to like their entire discography. Blah, blah, blah. I can't speak. I've never been able to speak. I had listened to like their entire discography and everything before I even considered like putting them on my phone or on my, so that I could like listen to them in easier ways. Oh, I will never forgive them though for they had this like one deep song that was only ever like there was a live version of it that was on YouTube called Lover of the Light. And it was a really good song. Wait, no, I don't think it was called Lover of the Light. Maybe it was called Lover of the Light. But then it was never on any of their albums. But then finally they put it on like one of their newer ones. I say newish ones. But it was like a newer one that went like a lot more poppy and got really far away from like their folk roots. And it was awful. Like the song starts off great. That's how I remember listening to it. I was like, oh, I love this song. This is great. And then at the end of it, it just goes like full-blown like auto-tuned. Like someone just fucked with the song so much at the end. And it sounds horrible. That every once in a while, I remember very specifically a few times in my life where I've forgotten how much that song is fucked up. And like that song will come back on like shuffle whenever I'm listening to my music or whatnot. And I'm like, oh hey, I remember the song, this is great. And then all of a sudden I'll get to the part at the end where it's like super like auto-tuned and like poppy and just out of nowhere, and it doesn't fit the vibe of the rest of the song. I'm like, no, never mind. It's so bad. I don't know who made that decision, but I hope they were fired. It was such a bad album. I forget what that one was called. I forget what that one was called. I gotta look it up. I know I do not want Apple Music. Because I still have them on my... I haven't listened to regular music at all. Was that Babbel? Yes. Was that Wild or Mind? I don't remember. Or was that? No, that was Delta, I think. Ah, what song was that? No, it wasn't Lover of the Light. Oh, what song was that? I think it wasn't Delta. I forget what the name of the song was, but it was like one that... It was like a deep cut that wasn't on any of their albums. And then they put it on like their newest one. I think it was Delta. I forget what the name of the song was. I don't think it was Lover of the Light now that I think about it. That's going to bother me. I don't know what the name of that song was. I frankly don't want to listen to it. Because it'll come up and I'll be like, oh, hey, it's this song. Because it starts off so good and then it just ends with like the worst like wet fart that I've ever heard. Man, talk about a band that falls off. They had like 2 really good albums were at the top and then they just kind of changed things up. I'm not the kind of person to be like, oh, they're changing things up, that's bad. I'm like, no, they need to do that. People need to iterate. They need to change it up while still keeping true to who they were at the beginning. And need to find the ways to shake things up. Or else they become stale. That's my way of thinking about things. So, in no ways was I like one of those people, but I remember when excuse me. I remember when Mumford & Sons first added like drums to their music. People were like, oh, that's the end. They're going super corporate and whatnot. I was like, these people in the comments are crazy. Like, y'all need to chill. It's not that big of a deal. But it was the beginning of the end. Because it was the beginning of them losing like their soul. I don't know where they lost it. Maybe they were losing relevance. They were like, we gotta do something. And like everybody ebbs and flows. It's just kind of the nature of things, but they didn't just lose the sauce, they lost their soul. I don't know if they've ever recovered from it. Because I haven't heard anything. I have no idea if they even put out any music after 2018. I'm gonna be so real. Actually, have they? I stopped listening to them after that because I was like, you lost me. You lost me. Sorry. I don't even remember how to. iTunes Store. Okay. Not now. Hey, wait a second. Why don't I have... Wait a second. What? Why don't I have Sigh No More? I absolutely had this... What? Hold on. Okay. I don't know how to explain this, but iTunes will do this thing every once in a while. Well, it will just delete music. Like, what is going on here?
because I was literally just looking at the music I have on my phone. Yeah, and I had. Why don't I just have I Will Wait and Delta? Excuse me? Why is Wilder Mind now missing? I was literally just looking at this on my phone. And I had. There was 4 albums in here. Actually, there was like one in a single. Wait, no, this is just a single of I Will Wait. Excuse me? I had 5 things in here. I had Delta. I had the Delta album. I had Wilder Mind. I had the Babel album, and then I had like this deluxe companion, which is like a I don't know what this is. I'm gonna be so real. So I had 5 things in here. I looked at it before, and then I leave to check something out in the iTunes store, and I come back, and 2 of the things are just missing now. Like 2 entire albums, like the entire album for Babel, and the entire album for Wilder Minds are just gone. And also the entire album for Sigh No More, which has just been deleted. Okay, iTunes has been doing this shit to me for years, where I think it's probably one of the big reasons why I've just stopped listening to music there, is because if I have something on my phone for a long time, it'll just magically disappear. And it's happened to me before, and I've even called into Apple support about this once. This was a long time ago. I forget what it was. It was like a... I think it was like a... There was like certain songs... I forget what artist it was, but it was like an album where like certain songs were just missing from it. And I could tell because they're numbered. So I'd be like, oh yeah, I have like songs like 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. Like I'm just missing a couple songs from here. And I would plug it into my computer and I would like remove the album and re-download it. But it wouldn't re-download all those songs. It was just always those specific songs. And there's nothing that I could do to re-download them. And even go to the iTunes store and be like, hey, re-download. But I say, oh, it's already downloaded. I don't know what you're talking about. But it wasn't on my phone. Like, they've been doing this shit for years. And I don't know if anyone else is... Other people for sure run into this, but... The problem is, I like having it on there because I don't have Spotify Premium because I don't listen to music, like, ever. So I like to just buy it once and just have it. Because of like, well, if I care about it enough to actually have it so I can listen to it later, I don't want to have to, like, look it up on Spotify or something like that. I don't know. But that's the first time I've ever seen it happen in real time where they've just like deleted stuff and I couldn't get it back. That's crazy. I'm kind of mad about that. Right in the middle when I was bad-mouthing them too. Coincidence? I think not. No, it probably actually was because I opened up the iTunes store for the first time in like 3 years. And it probably accidentally caused whatever it was that does that to update. And I was like, oh hold on, we gotta make it so that he has to rebuy this stuff because we're a gigantic evil corporation. Hold on. Because all these companies do shit like that. Because you're just gonna be like, why don't I have this? Fuck it, it's only $10. I'm just gonna re-download it. And you're not gonna try to get to the bottom of it. Because it's so much more work to do that. And it's easier just to pay for it again. And so they get you. I'd almost guarantee it's intentional. Hello. This is gonna be the last B. And then I think I'm getting pretty close. It's hard to tell the green I need and the green I don't need around this thing. Actually, no, not really. Because the green I don't need is super saturated. I'm gonna be so real, I actually don't know. Color words. I have no idea if saturated means what I think it means. Right now I'm going off of saturated means bright. Right? 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 I have no idea. I don't know shit. It's probably one of those things that I should know, I should figure out at some point. Watch. I never figured this out. Fast forward. I'm actually talking about drawing and stuff. And the person who should know what they're talking about, someone asks these questions, and I'm like, I'm gonna be so real, I don't know. I just always do it this way. I don't know how to explain it. I'm sorry. That does seem like a very me thing to do. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, I had a feeling. And then doop. All right. And there's going to be one more thing I'm going to need to do after this. Because I need to turn this back on. And I need to see if there's any bits of green that are poking through around. Which I need to do that after this is finished, though. Like, what are these? What layer are those on? I don't even know. Dang, where are those? Oh, they're on this layer, the B orange layer. Okay, well. What was I doing that involved black ink? I was probably talking about something and decided to do like, I was using that black for something and then stopped paying attention to what layer I was on and bada bing bada boom. Alright, is that up here too? What layer is that on? Well, now I have questions. Whoa. This looks crazy with the line art. Skin color, okay. I forget how small I'm working at the moment. Okay, there we go. That was bothering me. Let's go back up to the yellow layer. Oh, okay. Thought I actually had something in there, somebody in here for a second. One of these days, I'll get somebody in here besides these bots pushing all this stuff. Today is not that day, but one day. I actually, now I think about it, I might be able to set up in StreamerBot. I might be able to set up a bot that just, well,
they use all these different like little tilde things. Unless I set up a different way of like, hey, permanently ban somebody if they use like this word, like the word viewers, with these kind of weird spellings, but then I have to figure out how to use all of that stuff. It's definitely possible, and it will take time, but the issue with that is that I have to think of all the different ways I could possibly spell the word viewers with these random ass letters and be like, ban all of these, please, thank you. Alright. Alright. We're looking for green. Looking for green. I think we got most of the green, or if not all of it. I think that is all of it. Okay. Man, when I'm just locked in, it goes a lot faster. All right, let's turn off the green. What next? I finished up the hair. Yar. Oh man. Yeah, I need to finish up the hair before the colors I use get too far down. Look at that difference. I do really like that difference, I'm not gonna lie. This is the best hair I've done so far. I'm not crazy about it, but it's the best hair I've done so far. Man, I like clipping layers. I have to remember to use these in the future because I feel like I'll forget about them. So I'm just going to keep saying how much I like them so I don't forget. All right. And then it's going to be... And then we need the light one, which I believe is... I'm just going to grab this from here. Okay. And then I'm going to start kind of making each of these a little bigger. Wait, we need to go. As we go out,
because there's no point keeping it that consistent. Alright. Then we need the darker color. One day I'll have people to talk to in chat. I like streaming more when I do. That's also fine. Whenever I don't. Then I just kind of get a yap, whatever I want. Sometimes I feel whenever there's people in chat, I have to be catering specifically to them and what they are here for. Or keep the conversation more focused around them instead of what I want to talk about. But that's a bad way of thinking about it, honestly. No. I accidentally grabbed a color. Because ostensibly, people should be here for me and not... Well, no. There's something to be said for. I think there's kind of a balance and a give and take there. A person I need to be watching more, who I think is really good at it, is there's a guy named Shindigs. And Raura from Hololive. Because she's been very, very, very good at building a community. Like, extremely good at building a community. I legit thought she was going to be the first person to hit 500K. But it looks like it was Liz. But that's to be expected. She was, after all. The one who wowed the most at debuts. And had the biggest start. I don't know if she was the biggest creator before, though. I truly don't. I haven't looked at her old channel or anything like that. I know Rauro was on Twitch mostly. I don't know about... Liz. One of those things it's one of those things I don't try to look up. bit curious now. But they're all very good at building communities. I think Raura's especially talented at it, though. What with her, like, community days and whatnot that she does. I think I'm looking more at how she does it. There's a fine line there between, like, hey, this is what I want to talk about, and what the community wants. Because ultimately, you got to be in charge of. At least you should be the final arbiter on where these things go. Or where your community goes. You should be. Because if you allow them to have too much, if you allow the community to have too much control, then it's not what you want anymore. And that's also not great. And it's like, well, I feel like I'm not doing what I want to, or I'm not making what I want to anymore. I'm just doing whatever they want. And that's not great, because then you're just chasing, like, and you're just doing things for content's sake rather than because you actually enjoy it. That's never good. All the stuff that's going on with that Quibble Cop guy. I never watched him before or anything like that. Even I know slop when I see it. I think dude he just was doing it all just for content's sake rather than just because he wanted to make something good. Dude lost the plot of why we do this. And there's been a lot of discourse, especially currently, about the differences between him and Neuro-sama, and being like, hey, and people pointing at Quibble Cop being like, this is how you do things badly, and then pointing at Neuro being like, this is how you do things well, because he unironically does, and it's because Vettel and Neuro and all of that very distinctly still have that human element in there. Vettel does dev streams where he's working, well, he will work on her live and make changes live and like kind of walk people what he's going through. He also doesn't do any like generative AI, which I think people really appreciate. And then he built her to be able to like collab with and interact with other people. So there's still, even when he is not there, there is still that human element there. To some degree. So it doesn't become like old and stale or just like, oh, whatever is this? I have no idea why. I truly have no idea why. Well, I do know why these like AI videos take off so much. It's because they're easy to make and you can just kind of pump them out. And you really just need one, like just one that goes viral or something like that, and well, you've done it. You've done it, Jimbo. You're a legend. So you can just make a freaking billion videos, upload them all to the same channel, and you just need one to get picked up by the algorithm, and that's it. People will watch it. It's like one of those, oh god, those really annoying ones I've been seeing recently that are like sea life, like whales and seals that are being like cleaned off. Having like barnacles cleaned off of them, and they're very, very clearly AI, like very clearly AI. Like, no one stops to think like, oh my god, this whale that's been living in the ocean, you're spraying water on it and all of a sudden these barnacles are coming off? No, that's not how that works. Why would spraying water on it cause the barnacles to come off? They swim through the ocean. The water's not even just looks like a normal garden hose. But there are people who don't know the difference. And I get that. It's something new. But there are other times where it's like, ah, bro, it's obvious. You're just not paying attention. I don't know. It's one of those things. It's here to stay. I think that much is clear, but I just think it's going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. Right now, it's not too bad, but I have a feeling that it's going to get a point where we're going to start seeing more and more creators just flat out leaving because they can't compete anymore. And that's the part that's going to suck. Because, I mean, how do you compete with that? Like, it's going to take you hours to make one video. When some douchebag can just plug a few words into a generator and bada bing bada boom, they got a video that gets 1 million views. Stupid. So I get it. Just thankfully we're not there yet, but stuff like that is going to hit smaller creators first, for sure. It'll be like, I can't compete. And they're going to start leaving and dropping off like flies. And then the bigger creators are going to start feeling the same thing. Once I feel like we see like a really big creator being like, I just can't keep up anymore. Like, I don't get any views because all these AI generated videos are stealing anything. That's when we know we're fucked, I think. That's when the shit will be hitting the fan. There'll be some that'll keep doing it no matter what, but well, there'll be some creators that'll keep going no matter what, and those will be the real ones. But there's part of me that knows that it's going to get bad, but there's also part of me that knows that it's only ever going to be slop. And I don't think it's going to ever be like fully possible, at least in my lifetime, to fake that human element on things. At least I sincerely hope that's the case. So I don't think it'll ever like fully go away. Well, let me say that. I don't think real creators will ever fully grow. I can't. I've been talking for like an hour and 45 minutes and I can't do it anymore. I don't think there'll ever come a time where like real creators will ever fully go away. I don't. Because I sincerely hope there won't be. But we shall see. You know, I'll think about this later. We shall see indeed. Alright, how does this look from a distance? I don't like how bright it gets out here. We need to do a bit of this. Might also be blending it a little bit too much. There we go. Okay, I like that better. Also haven't fully decided on what color to put here. I think I'm going to put like a light blue. Like a very like bright, like shining blue. That's really going to like mute out a lot of the other colors though. Because it's going to be like basically like shining a flashlight of next to pure white light on everything, which is kind of not great. Well, it could be fine. We'll see. As I zoom into... Is that this color? Yeah, okay. I need to add some of these. Also, what layer is this on? Because there's a bunch of these around here and I don't know where they are. You know what? I bet they're probably... Nope. Yep. Nope. Too big. Man, I'm glad for undo. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. Oh, wait. Okay. Because I need to get rid of that line before I did this. Or else it's going to be hell to get rid of any other way. Okay, now I come back down to this layer. Go back to here. like any of these lines. There we go. I wonder if people will accuse my art of being AI. Certainly hope not. That'll probably be one or two. I don't care, really. Alright, one thing I do need to fix, though, is like right here. I need to turn this off. So I need to connect this. Yep. And then I need to turn that back on. There we go. All right. Hair's done, and I'm satisfied with it for right now. Probably won't be later when I come back to it, but that's the name of the game. All right, with that, I'm gonna head on out. It's been fun. It's been real. It's been real fun, but it has not been a fun reel. I will see you guys probably tomorrow. We'll see. Depends on what